Hello, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and we are continuing on with our updates on recent NHL drafts, where we go through the drafts of the 2020s as well as probably 2019 and see how these players are developing based on their point productions in different leagues and just overall based on what I've seen from them at the NHL level. If they have cracked the NHL level, we are looking at the 2020 NHL draft, the COVID draft led by Alexis Lafreniere. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's not waste any time. By now, you know the drill. We go through like every single first round pick, and then we kind of pick and choose beyond that guys that are by now most likely in the NHL now that we're in 2020 and kind of catch our eyes. Up first, Alexis Lafreniere definitely has taken a bit of a step back this season. We thought after 2024, damn, he was pretty damn good at even strength. He was playing with heart level Artemi Panarin, but you thought that the floor was kind of established as him being a near 30 and 30 guy. That has not been the case. It's appearing like he might have been a little bit of a Panarin merchant because this season he only has 41 points in 72 games. And mind you, he had like 7 points in his first 7 games, then signed that 7-year deal at $7.4 million. So yeah, he's been pretty cold. Still think he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. And obviously I'm biased towards him because he's a New York Ranger, or biased against him. But yeah, it's Ranger development, man. I think Ranger fans would agree with me on that. Have not been the best player development guys, and Alexis Lafreniere, unfortunately, has been victim of that. Still a pretty damn good player, but not relative to other first overalls, quite underwhelming. Quinton Byfield, another guy that last year really broke out, really put it together playing with Kopitar and Kempe. This season, slow to start out, has been playing much better the last like 20-ish games. I still think that he has a metric shit ton of potential. Just got to unlock it. We just need consistency. All the tools in the world, 225 pounds, 6'5", extremely skilled. Consistency. I'm higher on Byfield right now than Lafreniere. I think most people would agree with me. But right now, the guy that might be going number one in a redraft if we did this is Tim Stützle, point per game. After last year having 70 points in 75 games dealing with the wrist injury, 2023. He's got to get back to 2023 form where he was a monster goal scoring and point production wise. But yeah, by now we know that the floor for Tim Stützle at 23 years old is a point per game, like low end number one center. So for Ottawa, they got themselves the best player right now in the top 3, and it's probably going to keep that way. Lucas Raymond, another guy that definitely would be up for debate for going first overall in some kind of redraft. Last year, well, his rookie year, amazing, 57 points. Finished like 4th for the Calder, but he had more Sider on his team. Then had a bit of a sophomore slump. Last year really carried, especially when like Dylan Larkin was dealing with injuries, kept them somewhat afloat in the playoffs. And this year, point per game, extremely skilled playmaker. And yeah, it's going to be around the 30 to 40 goal guy, 90, maybe sniffing 100 points in his prime if Detroit can surround him with solid talent. Good job by Steve Yzerman. Jake Sanderson, another home run by the Ottawa Senators. At 22 years old, he's already an established number one defenseman. Yes, he has been getting a lot of power play points relative to even strength, but he's great defensively, already chowing like 24 minutes a night. In my opinion, like a top 16 to 25 defenseman in the NHL right now. Maybe close to like 21 through 25, we'll say. But yeah, he's awesome. Such a smooth skater, very active stick. Jake Sanderson, you're a stud. Jamie Drysdale. I actually, during their draft year, I thought Drysdale was going to be the better prospect than Sanderson. Injuries, obviously, in that 2023 season. He basically missed all of it outside of 74 games, had an impressive rookie year with 32 points. And now in Philadelphia, I mean, he's having a better season compared to last year, but hasn't really made his mark, has not really made his mark. Obviously, the plus minuses, he's been on kind of bad teams, but still some potential to be like a good second pair, top power play guy, I guess. But yeah, if you're an Anaheim Ducks fan, you're not losing too much sleep because I think we can agree Cutter Gauthier. They won that trade as of right now. Philadelphia didn't completely lose it. They got a solid second-round pick, but a little bit underwhelming. Alexander Holtz, another guy that I had a lot of expectations for, just kind of got stuck on the New Jersey Devils when they were ascending, when they were not like win-win now, but they were coming out of their rebuild, and he didn't really have like a full-time spot. As a result, now in the Vegas Golden Knights, wasn't that productive. Has been very productive in the AHL. But yeah, I think best case by now is probably just like a third line 30 to 35 point guy for Alexander Holtz. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Not that good. New Jersey hit on a lot of their picks between 2017, a lot of their first round picks from 2017 to 2021. Holtz was not one of them. Jack Quinn, how's he doing since tearing that Achilles? What was it? okay. Last year was very encouraging when he came back with 19 points in 27 games, 27 and 62. I still think he can be a pretty solid second liner. It's going to see Buffalo. Maybe some changes this offseason in terms of more ice time for Jack Quinn. But we'll see. The jury is definitely still out on him. Marco Rossi, the development has been very impressive with Rossi. 1 point in 19 games in his first season. He was very good in the AHL, so you weren't concerned about that. But then comes in 40, now 54 points, probably going to finish at around 60 points. Yeah, just a very good two-way, already like a respectable second-line center on a playoff team. By next year, should be like an objectively good second-line center. And when looking at him, yeah, he was a monster in the OHL, 120 points. Very skilled, and especially defensively has come a long way throughout his development. Askarov, how's he doing? Still killing at the AHL level. Not really even struggled. He had an 896 on the San Jose Sharks, who absolutely stink. Nashville drafted him while they had a 23, 24-year-old UC Soros. It was very confusing at the time. They ended up trading him. I think that they actually got a pretty solid package, considering it was a first-round pick in David Enstrom, who I'm pretty high on. But yeah, San Jose got him at solid value when they needed that goaltender. Has he been hurt? He's only played 32 games. That's a little weird. I guess he's been hurt or something like that. San Jose Sharks fan, let me know. But yeah, 922 in 19 games after last year he put up back-to-back 911s. Next year, he should be playing like 27 to 32 NHL games. I'd venture he should be the full-time NHL backup or 1B to some veteran that they bring in. Anton Lundell, monster start to the season. I kept on saying it. It was a little bit fluky just because he was playing like the number one center role because Barkov was hurt, but still highly productive this year relative to the prior 2 years, 42 and 70. Really great rookie year where we thought like, oh my God, this guy's really going to be the next Barkov. Still, I think on a team-friendly deal at 5 years left at $5 million, it's going to be a very good contract. And I think Lundell can peak at like a 60-ish point two-way guy behind Barkov. Gonna be interesting to see what they do with Sam Bennett because next year he might really explode if he's full-time on that second line. But jury's still out on whether or not they'll re-sign Bennett or Ekblad, both, neither. We got to see how that goes, and that's going to be big in terms of what we can expect from Anton Lundell next season. Seth Jarvis, funny enough, was the Patrick Marleau pick. The Leafs traded Marleau in a first-round pick for future considerations. And it turned out to be Seth Jarvis because, again, that year the Toronto Maple Leafs lost to Columbus in the round robin, so it was 13th overall. And yeah, they could use a Seth Jarvis right now. Carolina definitely enjoys having Seth Jarvis. He's pretty easily their second best forward right now that they don't have Martin Necas and Svechnikov was kind of stalled out. Yeah, he's very good. On pace for around 35 and 35. Very good defensively. That's where he really stands out. And yeah, he's kind of like a little Brad Marchand-ish in terms of just being a junkyard dog despite being a little bit undersized, extremely skilled as well. Dylan Holloway, if I did this 6 months ago, I'd be like, okay, Dylan Holloway, maybe he can do something on St. Louis. I don't really know. He's killing it. He is absolutely killing it on the St. Louis Blues. Yeah, and Edmonton was just stuck in a bottom six role with not a lot of talent and had a lot more pressure and not expectations, but a lot of pressure on him to not mess up. This year, free-flowing, amazing skater, putting it all together, 60 points in 73 games. And I think like in his last 50, he has like 45 or 40. He's been playing, not that he had a slow start, but he's going like half a point per game. And it's just been on it. I think my boy Grab tweeted something that his last 17 games, he has 20 points. Like he has been arguably, Robert Thomas probably has been, but like their second best forward during this stretch. Damn, Amirov, rest in peace, man. That's sad. Unfortunately passed away from brain cancer, I believe. Rest in peace. Okay, Caden Gooley. Caden Gooley has been developing solidly, good defensive defenseman, locked up at 6 years, $5.5 million, I believe, after it starts kicking in next season. Yeah, the Canadians just need him to be a guy that can play 21 minutes a night, put up 25 to 30 points, and be in the top 20th percentile defensively. And you say, that's damn good for 16th overall. It's damn good for a guy only making $5.5 million. Lucas Reichel, a lot of expectations on this kid when he came into the league in the 2023 season when he had 15 points in 23 games. Hasn't exactly worked out. You thought he was going to be Bedard's left wing for the foreseeable future. Unfortunately, no. Still has been a regular NHLer and most productive in the AHL his all 3 seasons that he was there. Oh my God, he killed it in the AHL. But yeah, NHL, it hasn't quite been there for Reichel. Maybe he can turn around. He's still only 23 years old. Like it's not over. Dawson Mercer, similar to Alexander Holtz, kind of got phased out, especially once they traded for Timo Meier. The production has just not been there this season. I still think he's a very good player, but what we thought after that 2023 season where he had 27 goals, 29 assists, 56 points, it's been a little bit underwhelming. He's only getting paid like $3.5 million, I think, so like you're not expecting the moon from him. But yeah, Dawson Mercer probably would benefit from a change of scenery to a team where he can play more and more freely. Braden Schneider for the New York Rangers. He's a solid third pair guy at this point. Maybe can develop into a good second pair guy, but I'm not sure Ranger fans are like holding their breath for this guy to be a stud. Some people do defend him like crazy. When I watch him, I again, just good solid third pair guy on an actual playoff team, which he has been prior. Shakir killing it last year. He killed it in the AHL. I think he was an AHL All-Star. 8 points in 26 games. He was in the Timo Meier deal, as I mentioned before when talking about Dawson Mercer. Yeah, if he turns into a second pair or even a third pair, good offensive, 6'4", goddamn, good offensive, potentially two-way guy. We definitely take that if you're San Jose. Next up, Yegor Chinnikov, killing it this year. Oh, no, not killing it this year. I thought he was doing better. I guess I was thinking about the other Russians on Columbus. 15 and 29, 29 and 53 the prior year. Yeah, he's an okay third liner. He is an overager, I believe. Yeah, he's already 24 years old. He's 1 year over. But yeah, an effective player already. Hendrix Lapierre, this guy was a monster from what I remember in his draft year. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe not 17 and 29. Actually, no, he dealt with injuries, I think, and that led to him fall. He was like a highly regarded guy because he had 45 and 48. But yeah, it's been tough. I think the injuries, I think it's concussions maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Washington Capitals fans, but that kind of slowed down his development. Still has made a mark at the NHL level. Nothing really too impressively. AHL, he's been good. He's probably going to get phased out just because Washington has so many good forwards coming up, like Crystal or Leonard. Protas has 124 points in the OHL. Like, it's ridiculous. So if Lapierre doesn't pan out, it's not the end of the world. Tyson Forrester, good third liner right now. Can maybe develop into a high-end second liner. It's possible. 20 goals as a rookie was very impressive, but not like a next-level guy that's going to be playing with Michkov at even strength or on the power play. Connor Zary, Saskatoon boy, very good rookie year. If he stayed fully healthy, he arguably would have been a Calder finalist. This year, kind of more of the same. Solid defensively, good middle sixer, can be a good second liner. Not like a key. He's not like a marquee forward for their rebuild going forward. If he ends up being their second best forward out of the rebuild, it's going to be bad. Justin Barron, he was in the Lehkonen trade. Nothing too special. Oh, he's in Nashville now. Was he traded for Carrier, I believe? Yeah, right? Nothing really there. Jake Neighbors, great season last year, 27 goals, and he's followed it up very nicely. Yeah, he's just like a 20 and 20, 25 and 25 kind of guy. He's on a deal that only pays him like $3.75 million. Very good scoop by the St. Louis Blues. They have a shit ton of under 24, both NHL players and prospects right now. Don't have any like star. Well, maybe Dylan Holloway might be that next star to like also give Thomas like another co-star in Cairo, but they have a large quantity of guys. Jacob Perreault, I believe he's brothers of Gabriel Perreault, has not really developed into anything at the AHL level, has never really been that productive outside of 2022. Probably nothing at this point. Ridley Gregg, as I mentioned in the last video of this is from the Pajot trade. And yeah, he's been an effective third liner for Ottawa. He's locked up for the next like 3 or 4 seasons at like $3.5 million. Yeah, after his rookie year, you maybe expected a step this season, but I'm not sure you ever banked on him becoming a 50-plus point like beast. He's a little bit of a pest out there. Just give you 30 to 40 points a season on that deal. It'll be perfectly fine. Brendan Brisson was traded to the New York Rangers in the Riley Smith deal, I believe. And yeah, he was productive at the college level, okay at the AHL level, but his AHL production has gone down significantly this season. So at 23 years old, 24 in October, probably nothing for the Rangers. They eventually flipped that third-round pick for Carson Soucy. So they basically just traded Riley Smith for Carson Soucy. Maverick Bjork. Bork is pretty... he was amazing at the AHL level last year. I believe he was the AHL Forward of the Year, MVP. NHL, yeah, he's just kind of stuck in like a bottom six role, like fourth line, third line, just because they're so loaded. I don't have like his time of ice. I wish they had time on ice for this, but I can imagine he's playing like 12 minutes a night. So on any other team, he'd be playing in a much bigger role, just Dallas. And I think that Dallas is going to develop him well. But this season, at least, like the points are a little bit misleading. Ozzy Weisblatt. I remember really liking this guy in his draft year. Productive at the AHL level, probably nothing now with the Nashville Predators. Got 4 NHL games. Congrats on your NHL debut. Yeah, from what I remember, he was a stud offensively, but maybe not the most well-rounded game. William Wallander for the Detroit Red Wings. We'll go over him. All right, defenseman. Okay, at the AHL level. Not sure he's going to be anything at this point. Zhizhe Peterka. Killing it this year. Absolutely killing it. I was pissed when there was like, or I was scared when the Rangers were rumored to be interested. It turned out to be like BS, but I was like, do not trade this guy. This guy is like your one forward that has definitively panned out from this like post 2018 rebuild. Obviously, Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart were like shoo-ins at second overall. But yeah, damn good by them there. Brocky Faber, obviously probably the biggest steal in the second round. Oh, offensively, he's not really doing that good this season, but still very good defensively. Can play 25 minutes a night. Last year was a beast for the Minnesota Wild. And I think he's going to develop into a top 20 defenseman. I think that's about fair for Brock Faber. The fact that Los Angeles obviously took him, then he was traded in the Kevin Fiala deal. But yeah, impressive stuff. Drew Commesso for the Chicago Blackhawks. Damn, he's balling out recently. I remember we did this because after the Spencer Knight deal, I mentioned how like Commesso wasn't playing that good at the AHL. He had like an 899 last time I checked, and that was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So he's balling in his last like 8 games. He must have like a 960. So that's encouraging. 23 this summer. I think Spencer Knight's still ahead of the depth chart, organizational chart right now. But yeah, maybe he's gonna be something. Emile Andre, solid at the NHL level this year for the Philadelphia Flyers. I believe analytically, not exactly killing it points wise. Mason Lohrei for the Boston Bruins. Very productive season for Lohrei after last year, 13-41. Taking a positive step. 6'5", 220, very skilled offensively. Could end up being a very good second pair guy. Arguably, that's what he is right now. What am I talking about? Like, I don't think that he's going to become some stud top pair, top 50 defenseman, but very good by the Boston Bruins identifying. Boston Bruins pretty good in the second, third round. It's the top 10 where it's the first round where they kind of mess up. Will Cooley. This was the pick that was traded in the Elias Anderson deal. For some reason, they gave up a second round pick for that bust. And yeah, he started out amazing. He has slowed down a little bit. But again, for 68th overall, to get it a legit, solid, good middle sixer like Will Cooley is, going to be interesting to see what his contract was. It's good that they didn't sign him when he had like 25 points in his first 34 games. But yeah, should sign like a 4x4. I think that'd be pretty beneficial for both parties. Alexander Nikishin, Carolina. They're frothing out the mouth for this guy to come over. Basically, since 2 seasons ago, he's been arguably the best defenseman in the KHL. Should be an impact day one guy. I think next year, Sirius called their threat. Him and Ivan Demidov going from the KHL to battling it out for that. Marilainen had a great stretch with the Ottawa Senators to basically keep their playoff hopes alive when Linus Ullmark went down. 925 in 12 games and has been very good in Belleville. He's a top, arguably probably top 10 goalie prospect at this point, I'd say. 6'3". I'm liking what I'm seeing. Wyatt Kaiser. He's gotten some run with the Chicago Blackhawks. Nothing too special. Lafreniere. Is he the best laugh in this draft? Let me know in the comments below. This season, he's arguably been 34 points, 66 games. I think that there was some like micro stat on him that like zone entering and exiting the zone. He's been one of the best players in the entire NHL, just dominating in transition. So that's definitely encouraging. Nico Dawes, I thought he was going to be something with the New Jersey Devils. Just never quite panned out. Jack Thompson. He's gotten some burn with San Jose. Yeah, I remember he started out. He was on my first team all rookie after like the first month of the season, just because he was one of the only rookies that started at the NHL level from a defenseman perspective. Dylan Garrard. I remember when they were debating whether or not to extend Igor, they were saying that this guy was going to come in next season and be perfectly fine if they didn't. He's actually playing very good at the AHL level. Got to give him props. 898 last year, up to a 914, so good for him. Solid back. Well, Jonathan Quick re-signed, so he's going to be stuck in the AHL again. But solid backup in 2 years. Mikel, I'm going to botch that. Paitia. Sorry for botching it. But yeah, got some NHL run this season. 7 points in 47 games. Left wing. I assume that he's a solid two-way player, bottom sixer. Sean Farrell, great at the USHL level that one season. I remember I was doing something on the USHL for like a post. 101 points. He's very productive at the college level and has been okay at the AHL level. Montreal has a metric shit ton of young forwards, so will he ever crack the lineup regularly? We'll see, but definitely has some offensive chops. Tyler Tullio. Why do I remember this name? Oh, I think he was just in Edmonton Oilers when I made when I made a video on Ken Holland's drafting as the Edmonton Oilers GM. Feel free to go watch that. It is shocking how bad it is. Brett Berard, another New York Ranger that has cracked the lineup. Rangers, Lafreniere might not have been the best first overall pick, but they've snagged some Cooley as well. Like they had a solid draft besides not developing Laff into a franchise talent, which should have been easy. Matt Kessel getting some run with the St. Louis Blues the last 2 seasons. Impressive for a 5th-round pick. Nils Aman for the Vancouver Canucks. Played 2 seasons ago solidly, but that has kind of gone down. Productive at the AHL level. This is where someone's typing something like, you missed blah, 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 blah. Cole Reinhardt, not related to the other Reinhardts. He's got a D at the end. Louis Creever has cracked the NHL. Chase Bradley. So I feel like I remember that. Calgary. Okay, he's productive for Calgary. A half a point per game defenseman. 7th round. You take that. Chase McLean. I'm thinking about the other guy that got traded recently. And then Devin Levi. 916 in 34 games after a 927 last year. Yeah, I guess he's going to be the backup next year. I don't think that they're going to re-sign Optimus Reimer. But we'll see. I think that's it. Besides someone that's screaming at me forgetting their favorite prospect. Let me know in the comments. What do you think about this? I'll be seeing the next one. Bye.